Welcome to Flip Lesson 47 for the 5th grade. Today we're going to simplify mixed measures. In other words, sometimes you get a problem where there are two different labels and we want to convert so we only have one label in the end. For example, it says Josh is 5 feet 6 inches tall. How many inches tall is Josh? Here we see a combination of 5 feet and 6 inches, but in the end, we want our answer to be just inches. So, what we need to do is we need to take these 5 feet and we need to convert them into inches. To do that, first of all, we need to understand how many inches are in 1 foot. So if 1 foot equals 12 inches, and the new question would be, how many inches is 5 feet? And to solve that, we're going to take the 12 inches for 1, and we're going to multiply by 5. Right? So there's 5 feet for 12 inches. 5 times 12 is going to end up being 60 inches. So 5 feet equals 60 inches. However, that's not our total answer, though, because we want to come back and we can't forget about those 6 extra inches that Josh is. So we're going to add those 6 inches in, and in the end, we're going to get a total of 66 inches. So the answer to the question, if Josh is 5 feet 6 inches tall, how many inches tall is Josh? So that's one example, converting feet to inches and so forth. You can also go the opposite way. You have lots of inches if you want to go back. Let's try another one. It says Josh ran 400 meters in 1 minute and 24 seconds. How many seconds did it take for Josh to run 400 meters? This time, we want to get, so we're working with time, we're working with seconds, right? And that's what we want for our final answer. If you look at the different numbers, we see 400 meters, but that's not important to what we're trying to solve. We see that we have 24 seconds, and we have 1 minute. And this is what we need to change. We need to change that minute into seconds. So we need to understand, if we have 1 minute, how many seconds do we have? And of course, we know that that is 60 seconds. In this problem, there only happens to be 1 minute, and so our conversion is already done. We don't have to do any multiplication like we did last time. And so we can take this 60 seconds, and now we can add it to our 24 seconds, and we can get a total of 84 seconds. And so in the end, it took Josh 84 seconds to run 400 meters. Next, let's try another one. Here we're working with a different unit. Right? All these units should be pretty familiar to you. We've already had a lesson looking at converting these units already. But it says Josh bought a bag of M&Ms that is 5 pounds 6 ounces. How many ounces is a bag of M&Ms? Right? So we're looking for ounces. So our first thing we got to figure out is if we have 1 pound, how many ounces is that? And if you think hard about it, you'll realize that 1 pound is 16 ounces. So if 1 pound is 16 ounces, however, we have 5 pounds. So that would be 5 groups of 16, or 16 times 5. It's going to give us the answer of 80. Again, 5 times 6 is 30, 33, and we get 80 ounces. But we need to add in those 6 extra ounces that are there. That's an extra 86. So in the end, our bag of M&M is 86 ounces. And finally, one last conversion. We have gallons and quarts. It says Josh bought 2-gallon containers of milk and 2 quart containers of milk. How many quarts of milk does Josh have all together? In this case, we need to understand the complete picture. We're working with gallons and quarts, and we want to move to quarts. And so, how many quarts are in 1 gallon, right? 1 gallon, I'll abbreviate that, equals 4 quarts. And in this case, we have 2 gallons, so we need to multiply by 2. And we're going to get a total of 8 quarts. Now we need to go over here and look at what else we have, since we have 2 quart containers. Right, so 2 1-quart containers. So we're going to take our 8, we're going to add it to 2, get an answer of 10. And so in the end, we have 10 quarts of milk available. So here are 4 different examples of how to change mixed measures into one equal measure. I'll leave you with this sample problem. This one's going to work with time this time. One more difference. So converting hours to minutes, it looks like, this problem. And that is lesson 47.